from people that live the way you want to live. Bart, one of the things I learned growing up was that I could not go to my mom, dad, brother, sister, my dog, my cat for information to change my life in an area they did not see change in. I had to go to people that were doing the things and living the lifestyle that I want to live. I remember Darren told me one quote. He said, Jason, life is what everybody has, and style is the way you get to live it. And so if you're on this line right now, you're saying, hey, look, I want a lifestyle change. I want to shift my environment. I want to do something different. Then this call is for you. We're not here to convince people. We're not here to drag people. I remember one of my friends told me, he said, Jason, it's easier to give birth than it is to raise the dead. We want to give birth to some new babies that are really looking to change the course of their life, mentally,
This meeting is
financially,
being
time-wise,
recorded.
and do that in a major way. So, Bart, I'm excited for having me on here, man. Thank you for your time. But look, my time is up. I want to bring up the true rock stars, and these two individuals, one of them I've had the fortune of working with since I was 18 years of age. And the next individual I've actually met at a few of the events. And when I heard this guy's story, I said, you know what? We're working with the right people. I believe it's all about who you're surrounded by. It's about who you know and not what you know. And I often tell people, Bart, if knowledge was everything, then librarians would be billionaires. So it's not always about what you know, but it's about the environment that you're surrounded by. So this first individual I'm going to bring up, and the second one, my guy Darren Gibson. I met Darren when I was 18 years of age. Now, when I met this guy, I'll tell you this, Bart, we're not from the part of town of Indiana where you should have fancy things. I remember my brother took me to this guy's house, and this was an event. And I'll tell you guys this, if you're on the line saying, Jason, I really don't want to be here, trust me. I was in the passenger seat of my friend's car when my brother called my friend to take me to this meeting. And we get to this house, and I'm in this neighborhood, Bart, and I'm seeing a Lamborghini, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and I'm like, what is going on? And I walk inside the house, and I see nothing but young people reading books, talking business, changing the course of life. And that's when I met the first rock star, Mr. Diamond Darren Gibson. He took me under his wing. This guy has crushed numbers in the industry. I mean, he's done things that people hope and dream for, that you read about, that you see. And so if Darren Gibson has impacted your life, just drop me in the chat. And this next individual alongside with Diamond Darren Gibson is going to be Mr. Trey Harris. Now, I haven't had the pleasure of knowing Trey that long, but I always tell people that you don't have to see somebody long enough to know that there's somebody. And when I met Mr. Trey Harris, this guy was quiet, he was cerebral, but I knew he knew exactly what he was talking about. This guy has led industries, he's led people around the world to time and financial freedom. And that's exactly what these individuals are going to do for you if you keep your mind open. So I'm excited for everybody who's on here. Like I said, get out a pen, get out a pad, take notes, keep your mind open, and do exactly what these leaders say, because they're not peons. They've done this. You know, I always tell people there's a difference between advice and opinions. An opinion is something where you're saying, hey, I think this works. Advice is something where somebody says, hey, I've been there, do this. And that's exactly what these leaders are going to give you. So without further ado, I'll bring up Mr. Diamond Darren Gibson, my brother, my partner from Indianapolis, Indiana, and Mr. Trey Harris coming live from Atlanta, Georgia. You guys take it away. Appreciate your time.
Good. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. Hey, put some ones in the chat for Jason Solomon. This guy is an absolute rock star. He's actually, hit his first six-figure rank at a young age, 23 years old, and top earner in his previous company in his age group. So obviously we got some hitters on this line. We got myself, Mr. Trey Harris, who has done millions in volume when it comes to this business and has helped a lot of individuals, just achieve greatness. Whenever I'm looking for business, I never look at what the leader or whatever it is that they've done to earn income, because it's very simple today to earn a significant amount of income. And but I've always looked at the leaders of who they've developed. Remember, whenever you go into business, it's not about how much money they've made, but how many people have they helped develop the type of income or impact that they desire. And this guy, Mr. Trey Harris, I'm just really excited to have this conversation. What we're going to do today, if you're brand new, just sit back. I know it's late. It's past my bedtime because I'm normally, laying down around this time to, reading before I go to sleep. I'm an early bird, but Mrs. Jackie said, you better stay up because we got a big call and we lined up the leaders. So we're going to have just a conversation, less presentation. I don't like doing presentations. I just like to talk. I like to talk about just the good things that's really helped me and essentially can help you as well. So, Mr. Trey, you there?
I'm right here, Darren. Can you hear me okay, brother?
Yes, sir, man. You look good, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Got my loose shirt on, you know what I mean? Ready to spread the great word about what we're doing in our industry, man. But first, you know, before I pass it right back to you, I just have to make sure people really understand who you are in this industry and our company and what you mean to me, man. I mean, for you to actually be in partnership with this group, it's not to be taken lightly. You know, what you've done for people in business across the world, it in such a short amount of time, Darren, you know, it's just, I'm in awe at it. And from what I understand, you're just beginning because of our partnership here, man. So, man, please, everybody take notes because you're in for a treat. Darren?
Well, listen, I'm really excited, Trey, because I got some people on the line. They're like, man, you left your previous deal. You left thousands of people. You left, you know, the money that we were making, you know, back in what we were doing, Trey, because I'm still a newbie, right? It's not even a year yet for me. And we had just been getting things rocking and rolling. And they're like really excited for, why did I leave the deal that I was with to partner up with Mr. Holton Bugs and all the diamonds? There's diamonds on the line right now. We got some celebrities, some individuals that are making some good income on the line right now. And Mr. Trey, I'm really excited to do this conversation with you because you're going to hear from somebody like me. Yeah, we had some fast success, but then again, Trey, you're going to hear from people like yourself who has led thousands of people around the world. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're on this line, thank the person that brought you on the line, because we don't do a lot of calls like this. This is unheard of. What we're doing in the month of April, Trey, where we're going to do $1 million in that. Let's just be frank today. All right, Trey, just put Frank in the chat if we could be frank today, because we want to be real, raw, and authentic. And Trey, what the goals that we planned today was, we want to do what? Billions in sales, because we've always done millions. That's simple, right? But right now we're combining with Mrs. Jackie, with Mr. Trey, with Desi, with Jayla, all the diamond that's done multiple millions of dollars in business and sales when it comes to volume. Now we're collectively coming together. It's like the Avengers, man. I don't know I don't know what's about to happen. I'm just really fired up for just being here with you, Trey. So I'm going to show my screen, Trey, and we'll get right into it. How about that? Put yes in the chat when you're ready. So Trey, let me tell you this really quick. You know, when I first heard about this company, I was with another company, and I didn't understand a lot about what Mr. Holton Bug was doing. Matter of fact, Trey, we laughed. I mean, me, Jason, you know, here on the line, we're laughing. We're like, what the heck is he doing over there, starting this company? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're brand new, you want to make sure you're taking notes. We always say it all the time: knowledge isn't expensive, ignorance is. Ignorance is expensive. And for those 2 years, 3 years, to how many years that we missed out on it, we were ignorant and not understanding exactly what they were doing. But understand this, folks, with the company that we're going to talk about, we're going to talk a lot about income. I love talking money. Put money in the chat if you love to talk about income, because money's the number one thing, Trey, that no one wants to talk about, but it's the number one thing that everyone thinks about. It's the number one thing that no one wants to talk about, and when it's talked about, it's criticized. Come on, my dad's a preacher, brother's a preacher. I grew up in church. In the church world, money's the root of all evil. No, falling in love with money and making it your God is the root of all evil. God wants us to be wealthy, Trey. So the things that we're going to talk about, we're going to talk a lot about income. But we're not saying that it can happen for you. We're saying if you do a lot, you'll earn a lot. If you do a little, you earn a little. But it's up to you. If you treat this like a hobby, you'll get paid hobby results. If you treat this like a business, like we talked about on the Boys the Billions today, Trey, owning your business, not just believing it, but you have to own your business. That's when you can have the life unlimited. Trey, what you got to say about that, brother?
I think that's powerful, man, because there's a difference between ownership and just, believing that you can do something. Ownership means you had the faith and you did something about it. You walked into it, and now it's your own. So what can you do when something is your own, when you take dominion over it? So Darren, I think that's brilliant, man. Let's roll. Let's rock and roll with it.
Well, listen, I think right now we live in, if you can agree, we live in a unique time. And the world has changed. Just put yes in the chat if you agree that the world has changed and the world has shifted. We used to say that entrepreneurship, Trey, back in the day, it was a luxury thing. Now it's a necessity. It's not a luxury thing anymore. If you don't have multiple streams of income, I love what Warren Buffett said, if you got one stream of income, you're one step away from poverty. We saw that through the situation we went through with that C word, that I don't want to call it out, but that C word, right? We saw what happened with that. And now that people's mindsets, the paradigm has changed. See, there's two ways to change the paradigm. One is an emotional impact, and two is repetition. And most people learn when they go through emotional impact. And I know what the pandemic was an emotional impact. It got people thinking in different ways. If you look at this right here, Trey, it says by 2027, 86.5 million people will work whenever they want to, when they want to. See, I believe that's what everybody wants, Trey. They want to do the things on their own terms. They want to live life unlimited. They want to write their own checks. They don't want to clock in and clock out. Now, we're not downing jobs, Trey. We're just up on opportunities. I'm a firm believer that God did not create man and woman to go to work, go to school, get good grades, and get a good paying job, and then just to pay bills and die. No, I believe he has us here for a purpose. And that's what I love about this company, Trey, is you get to build something based on however big your vision is, Trey, you get to build it. What you think about that, Trey?
Yeah, it's so true. It's unlimited. Like our income is unlimited here. We're not capped.
Yep.
Usually incomes, they have cap to it. And let's face it, y'all, a lot of people in your careers, including mine from the past, I knew I could give within a range of 10% how much money I was going to earn that year, right? I pretty much knew with bonuses, or if I worked overtime, or even if I did a second gig at night, that there was a proximity of how much income I could earn, but that's not freedom. I don't ever want to walk into a situation, you guys, where I know how much money I can earn in a year, whereas here, because of the philosophy of Mr. Holton Buggs, you guys, it's unlimited here. You're talking about several different streams of income, and we get to live life on our terms. And Darren, it's absolutely right what you're saying. All we have to do is embrace the change, understand that we're in a paradigm shift of what's occurring in the world. And Darren, we there's a paradigm shift, right? Which means the old and the new, and we get to take advantage of that gap in the middle before it closes. And then it's too late at that moment. We're right here in the middle of that shift, Darren.
Yeah, and we just got back from, Dubai. We just got back from, all these different places. I got to go to Aruba for the group out there. I got a lot of my Aruban groups on here. At the end of the month, Trey, you got to do some traveling for you. We all got to go to Mexico, and we're not taking trips. See, there's a difference between you taking a trip and a vacation. Trips, you got to come back because your money runs out. But when you go out there and you have a business online and you get to build it whenever whenever you please, you don't have to come back. See, we call these things called smartphones for a reason, right, Trey? It's a smartphone. I know you don't have one, Trey. I know you got the Android, all right? But we call the Apple smartphone, right? And if you're not earning income, I never forget what my mentor Bob Proctor told me. He said, son, if you're not earning income on your smartphone, it's not a smartphone, it's a dumb phone. It's a liability. He said, change your conversation to earn some compensation. So whatever myself and Trey is talking about today, folks, we're not telling you anything to do something new. We're telling them, Trey, you're already doing it, but you're on the wrong side of the money. And all you need to do is change your conversation to earn some compensation, and you can start living the life unlimited. You can travel when you want to travel. You can have the time and money freedom, growing your income, like you just said, Trey, and having business all around the world. You can earn more income, Trey, while you're sleeping than you can spend while you're awake. Just think about that, folks. Think about what you're earning right now, today, all right? Today, on a yearly base. And then 1 year something happens, and now you're making that yearly, that annual income. Now you're doing it on a monthly and weekly base. How would your lifestyle look? What type of environment would you be? What type of home would you live in? What type of car would you? Think about all this stuff. But the problem is, Trey, people don't set goals on this. They don't set goals to travel the world. I tell people all the time, travel the world before you leave the world. Go see God's creations. Earn some more income. Go change more lives. See, there's 3 types of S's, Trey. 1 is survival mode, 2 is success, and 3 is significance. And that's what we're doing today. If you're on this line, is because we're building a significant business. Meaning, Trey, when I die, I can't take everything that I have, but I can live through other people with everything that I gave. It's called an inheritance through individuals. Trey, what you think about that, man?
That's what it's about, man. It's being purpose driven. It's about, understanding that we all have a purpose, but have we discovered it? And we're here to help you discover that and just allow us, to help you think differently about the future. And really the future is now, Darren, because the way things are moving, the way we're shifting so fast, we have several opportunities, but it's all about freedom, so that we can enjoy the things that we love the most: life, family. What matters the most to you? Those are the things that have propelled me even to this day, is to know without a shadow of a doubt, not if I just, something were to happen to me, right, and I have to leave an insurance plan. That's not leaving a legacy. Mm-hmm. That's leaving, that's limitations. We're talking about a living legacy here. So I'm with you all the way, Darren, on that.
Well, why is it, Trey, that people are still doing what didn't work in the first place? You got individuals, Trey, that they see what they know it doesn't work. They know that trading their time for income hasn't been working. It's never been working. Putting more hours in, God's only blessed us with 24 hours in the day, and they're saving for a rainy day, and we know a rainy day is going to come. And they're still attracted to the good book that says what, Trey? Be not conformed. Conform means follow, right? Follow the crowd. But by the renewing of the mind, keep renewing and shifting, because successful people learn, unlearn, then learn again. What was working 10, 15 years ago may not work this year. So we got to keep renewing, and we got to keep learning these new things like NFTs, Trey, like the crypto world, Trey, like we have to keep learning these things. And that's one of the reasons why I chose this business, Trey, is because we are now in a new world. We're now in new opportunities. And I love what my mentor told me, Trey. Most people don't say no to opportunities because they don't want one. They say no to opportunities because they're not aware of what one looks like. Trey, we got over 200 people on the line. They're seeing the same thing, but they're still not seeing the same thing. Based on the mindset that they have, that's why Jason Solomon said, keep your mind wide open. Don't worry, your brain's not going to fall out. We promise you. Keep your mind wide open and watch what happens and watch what sinks in. What you think about that, Trey?
I love it because, Holton Buggs shared with me, one day, it was a few of us, he said, obviously your mind, your brain, your philosophy has gotten you up to this point, no matter how old you are, whether if you're not where you want to be, and you're over the age of 30 years old, that means something wasn't done, it wasn't done right. So, I've been challenged before, and it's very simple. He told me, he said, shut your brain down and follow mine, because obviously we've got something great for you. And that was the best thing that I could have done, because now we get to pay that forward and reach back and pull as many people up with us, Darren.
My biggest challenge, Trey, was, the guy that you just heard, Mr. Solomon, myself, there's some other people as well. I'm a firm believer. You got to have a good mentor to teach you how to, for one, build the behavior patterns of you being productive. because our paradigms are naturally lazy, right? And you have to be around those that environment of people being effective in business. You can't just be busy being broke. I call it the BBD club, just busy being broke, right? And a lot of people, they're just busy being broke, and they're confusing activity with results. I love what Miles Monroe says. Poverty is not the problem. Poverty is a result, meaning we have to change the way that we think, and we have to do things differently. Like we talked about on the Boys to Billions call today, Trey. Success is not hard. It's just different compared to the way that you were programmed. So I love this environment, Trey, because it's not just teaching you how to earn income, but you get to milk this cow called success and take some of the milks that you grow out of this business and put it in different assets, in different avenues, and watch your income grow. Because Trey, this business is not for the broke, busted, and disgusted people that just complain, the negative Nancy's and sour Steves, and they're always just stressing about money. What I love about this business, Trey, is this: we don't want you to stress about money. If you're stressed about money, we call you the DDs, the desperate distributor. You can't focus on helping the next person, Trey. And if you need somebody, you can't lead somebody. So what we want to do is get money out the way, Trey, so that you can go out there and live the life that you want to live. So Trey, let's talk about the 3 ways to earn income. Then we're going to get right into it. All right, let's open up their mindsets. This right here, when I went to a Bob Proctor seminar, it was the Science of Getting Rich, 2014. I got this information. I'm gonna speed through this, and we're going to get right into it. Money one is what 96% of the world choose from, Trey, and that's trading their time for income. Right? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with having a job, but there is something wrong if you only have a job. Jobs are stepping stones. Most people use them as tombstones. Don't use this as a tombstone. It's there for you to get in, take what you need, and get into money two, which is 3%, right? Success, the success zone. It's where you invest your income to earn some more income. But Trey, this was my biggest challenge. I was earning a lot of income, but I didn't know what to do with it. And if you got money and not have a plan with what to do with it, you're just as broke as a person that doesn't have the money. So here it is. I'm buying Lamborghinis and going to Saks Fifth all weekend, right? And that's when Holton said, "No, son, you got to listen." I love what Earl Nightingale says, Trey. He says, "Put all your eggs in one basket until that basket overflows, where you're forced to put the eggs in different baskets." This basket right here, what we're talking about, will be an overflower. But Trey, they got to know where to put their money at. What you think about that, man?
You know, it's financial education at its finest. And we're in an environment where we don't have to guess. We don't have to follow the crowd, because, you know, that old philosophy, what the masses are doing, you want to absolutely do the opposite. And the reality is we have the mentorship here. We have exactly what to do with $1. Right. And that training is priceless, because Darren, what you're speaking about right here, we can't go in the past. But I was conditioned for all these years what to do with my money. Work hard, earn money, put it in the bank, right? Put it in a 401k, which is now a 201(k), whatever. And all this time, I wish I could have gotten it back. But with this education that you're empowering us with, I wish they would have taught this in school, but we have the new school. And the great news is, Darren, we get to apply this information into the concept that you're about to go over, and collapse time frame and get what you came here for. You came here to be financially independent and to live a certain lifestyle. Well, we got that for you. All you have to do is apply it.
You said 401k. I call it 401k. And you know, they just, you know, it's the old way of thinking. You know, and what I've figured out is it's money 1, money 2, and 3, but it's really philosophy 1, 2, and 3, because it's all about what philosophy you have, and based on the philosophy that you have will dictate whatever you're going to be in. And I'll tell you right now, Trey, even my old friends, the people that I was, you know, surrounded by, because I was in harmony with them based on the way that I was thinking, we were not taught to earn the income and put it in investments. We were taught to earn the income and save for a rainy day, which we know what the banks are doing, and we're going to educate you all on what the banks are doing. Trey, I get scared when we were talking about this today. I don't want my bank to have all my money in the bank. It's like what Holden said. If your money's in the bank, it's dead money. it's called circulation. You want your income to be circulated. And I didn't know that. And that's when Bob said, getting the money 3 and 1% is earning off of it, but 100% is in it. And that's where you multiply your time by setting up multiple streams of income. But I love what Mr. Holden Bucks calls them, buckets. You got to have multiple different buckets so that you can be secure with your lifestyle. Trey, I'm gonna let you have this line.
Man, this is in my opinion, bar none, the most important slide that we'll talk about today, because it doesn't matter how great. Here's what I want people from all walks of life. We've got people on this line from all 4 corners of the earth and all different types of opportunity. You know, it doesn't, you make the opportunity.
Right.
The opportunity doesn't make you, not the price point, the compensation plan, because you could have all of those phenomenal things, but if you don't have the right leadership, promote and running the operation for the future and making sure that, you know, we invest into the field, your days are numbered. Whereas Mr. Holton Buggs, our CEO, our chairman, let me share something with you. This man has really gone through and shown us how to be relevant in the business world. You know, and not only that, I personally watched him take a company from almost zero, Darren, to over $3 billion of sales in less than 6 years. That is groundbreaking, and in the process created systems.
Oh, now hold on, Trey, hold on. I got to cut you off. He did it with coffee and didn't drink coffee. he had the philosophy of make what other people love to do your business, like Warren Buffett said, and make what you love to do your hobby. And that's what I like about what we have here, Trey, is we got something, a technology that everybody is loving right now. Everybody's in right now, and we get to prosper off of it. This guy Holton, he's a true visionary. And when I heard, I said, how? He said, I did over $3 billion in sales on coffee. I don't even drink coffee. I said, how'd you do? Well, that's what everybody drinks is coffee. I got a good friend that, I see him in the sauna. He's an Indian guy, and he owns almost all the liquor stores around here. I asked him in the sauna, I said, what's your favorite liquor? He said, I don't drink liquor. When I was with Bob and Linda Proctor, we were in Bellagio in Vegas. We got to sit down with the owner. I'm like, what's your favorite gambling game? What do you like? I don't gamble. So here it is. They understand that's the billionaire mindset, Trey, that whatever other people love and enjoy, let's make that our business, and whatever we like, let's make it a hobby. Go ahead, Trey.
Darren, I can almost promise you that the owner of Purina dog food doesn't eat dog food either.
Right.
But what he's promised here is when he actually started our Boomerang a little over 2 years ago officially, he said that he's going to dwarf. He's created over 50 multimillionaires in his past operation, but that's getting ready to happen. And I know we're going to do that a quarter here within the next 18 months. All we have to do is identify a few people who are willing to step up with us, Darren, and embrace the process. And we're going to wrap our arms around them. And we're going to take this journey. So you guys, we're just getting started. Perfect timing. Darren, this Prib technology here is what makes us just different. You have the leadership, and then you have a technology, artificial intelligence. It's no secret. Artificial intelligence is the way that we conduct business now. And when we have something that allows us to automate our business better, it makes us more efficient. We call it success without selling, because when someone becomes your customer, Darren, I don't have to sell them. I don't have to upsell them, cross-sell them. I don't have to, they become one of our free customers one time, and the perpetual residual income takes over from there. That makes us turnkey, Darren.
Well, listen, I loved it. I loved it because, if you're going to build something big, just if you're going to build it big, just put BIG or BIB in the chat. If you're looking to build something big, I want you to take the mindset that I had back in the day, Trey. When you got 100 people, when you got even 200 people in your organization, you can't talk to all those individuals. It's almost impossible for you to communicate with them. And then when you get to the thousands, the ones, the twos, the 15, the 20, the 50,000 people in your organization, I believe Holton said he had over 3 million people in his organization. You can't physically talk to those individuals. And then whenever a new product comes out, you have to call those individuals. It was challenging, Trey, is what I'm saying. It was challenging with the old way, where we having to do it the old school way. I was doing it. Here it is. I never forget when my mentor said, get started with network marketing. I said, I don't want to do that. He said, why? I said, it's like Mary Kay with a bunch of women rubbing lotion on each other and selling product out their kitchen. He said, no, son, that's the old way. Who told you that? I was buying people's opinions. And if you buy people's opinion, you have to buy their lifestyle. And life is what everybody has on the call. Style is the way that you live it. No offense to my mom or dad or my brother. I didn't want to live their lifestyle. I do this for them, but I couldn't listen to them when it came to earning income. Because in particular place, they didn't have what I wanted, Trey. So that's when the Bible says, lean not on your own understanding. I had to buy into what my mentor was telling me, because the way that I was living my lifestyle, Trey, wasn't working. And the paradigm makes right look wrong and wrong look right. So here it is. I say, you know what? I'm going to dive into this. But when I went to Massillon and seen the PRIB, the perpetual residual income builder, I saw that Holton Buggs was thinking much further in the game. If you talk about something on your phone, if you talk about Fendi or Louis or whatever, a food place, whatever it is, it pops up right there on all your ads. You go on Facebook, it's right there in front of you. You go on, Snapchat, it's right there. You go on Tinder if you're lonely, it's right there in front of you, right? All that stuff, all these things that we have, it's right there. That's the technology that we're in right now, Trey. The technology that we're in is now, because here it is, Trey. If I know what you like, I never have to sell you a day in my life again. If I know what you love to do, if I know what you like, I never have to sell you a day again. And here it is, Trey. We go on Amazon. We have never talked to customer service. We have never talked to Jeff Bezos. But here it is. All these suggestions pops up on whenever we go on Amazon, and we keep rebuying. It's called residual income, and it's selling without you even having to talk to somebody. How cool is that, Trey?
That's powerful. That makes my job more accurate, because I was horrible in network marketing, trying to sell people products and services that they might or might not be interested in. And as we go into the ecosystem, you'll start to see that, even the products that are offered here, you're not going to have to sell them because of that turnkey concept that you're talking about, Darren. And that just makes us, man, get to focus on what we love to do the most, enjoying helping people. I personally love to empower people with concepts like you're about to learn right now, and philosophies that they're seeking out right now. On Google, home-based business is one of the top 5 search most sought out words on the whole internet, and we've got it right here for you. So Darren, man, I'm gonna let you segue us through, man, into where we are. I know we don't have that many slides left, but it's the message that's more important than the slides. And I just really appreciate the way you're breaking it down for us to really understand the philosophy and the code that we're bringing.
Well, and then this is what we do. I've been doing this for 8 years. You're a little bit longer than me, Trey. There's people in the group. They're like, hey, Darren, how'd I do when they try to present the business? And I'm like, yeah, you did all right. In the back of my head, I'm like, you didn't do all right. And now we finally have something where they don't have to present the business. The PRIB does the work for you, because listen, Trey, yeah, we're communicators. That's what we're good at. But there's some individuals that don't know how to communicate. There's some individuals that don't know how to explain certain things. So we say, no, matter of fact, don't even explain it. Don't explain it. Let the system do the work for you. I love what Mr. Holton said, Trey. When I sat down with him, this is what he's told me. I said, how did you help over 50, 60 million? Now, folks, we're talking some of these individuals, millions on a monthly base. We're not talking $1 million a year. That's old school. That was the old way, $1 million a year. You're still struggling with $1 million a year. We're talking millions a month. Some of these individuals trade millions a month. And Holton told me today, he said, all my millionaires, I didn't even know them. And I'm thinking, how did you do it, Mr. Holton? He said, listen, I don't create millionaires. I create systems and environments that creates millionaires. It takes all the time and all the energy off of me. I don't have to create. No, you just create the soil that can be so lucrative for your seed to grow properly. See, if you want your seed to grow in the best ability, if you want that tree to grow as big as it can, it got to be put in the right soil, Trey. And the problem is we got good seed, but some individuals are in the wrong environment. They're doing the right work with the wrong mindset. They're doing the right work with the wrong individuals. I'm not saying that we're the best. I'm just saying that we're the best. And we got this good stuff. And I'm telling you right now, Trey, I told somebody what Mr. Holton told me. You give me 1% of belief, and I got to earn the next 99% of it. You give the Prib 1% of your belief, and the Prib got to keep earning it 99% every day, not just one time, every day. So Trey, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk about iGo and Elevate.
Man, travel and trade, it gets you paid at the end of the day. That's what it is. And iGo, it's our travel platform, because people are asking, man, you guys talking about, environment, you've been talking for a while now. What is the product? Well, the product is environment, right? Product is getting your mindset, because when we're talking about what we're about to go over right now, it's so simple what we're going to talk about and what we're going to show you that you're going to understand. See, I got started in this business once I understood the environment that I was about to be landed in. We could have been selling broken glass. I was going to be the best seller of broken glass, right? But here's the truth. We do have travel. We do have, trading where you can grow your money. Let's talk about it, okay? First, we'll talk about, understanding financial literacy. First things first. How would you like to have the ability from your smartphone to grow your money, learning what Darren talked about? He talked about NFT concepts. Y'all, let's face it. This time last year, Darren, I didn't know what an NFT was. I didn't know what a non-fungible, I didn't know anything about it. But now, because of where we're going in this next phase 2 of this education, you guys, we're going to be learning so much about the future of digital currency and other forms of streams of income. But here, we're talking about the ability to understand bank trading concepts. See, Darren, when you talked earlier about putting your money, your hard-earned money that you sacrifice, and putting it into a savings account or a money mutual account or mutual fund or money market account, the yield that you would earn if you earned anything was so minuscule compared to what the banks were doing by leveraging your money. It's almost criminal now that we know, but this is over a 200-year skill set and philosophy, or it's not a philosophy. It's actually a way of doing business, okay? And it's simple because the banks have been doing it now for the first time. See, for those 200 years, only the top 1% were even privy to this skill set. But now, because of iBoomerang and some of the flanking brands that we're talking about today, you have the ability to take advantage of it and earn potential daily pay. Right. So if you'd like to diversify your portfolio and actually learn and trade with the banks, we've got that concept for you, Darren.
Well, Trey, you just said you starting to understand it. Trey, I still don't have a full understanding of NFTs. I don't understand the N, the F, or the T. I can't spell NFT. I don't, but understand this, Trey. We're earning income off of it every single week. You don't have to understand something for you to make some money in something. You don't have to we are now in a new world. We don't have to I don't understand it yet, Trey. It's a learn and earn process. I've always had that philosophy, have a learn and earn process. I'm not an analysis paralysis where I got to know everything before I do anything. And they never do anything after they know everything. So here it is. I am not an announced. I want to learn and earn at the same time. So Trey, when we're talking about NFTs, when we're talking about what the banks are doing, listen, you don't have to understand all this stuff. You just got to be in the right system. Listen, broke people don't understand how to go broke to go broke. It's the environment that got them broke. It's not. They didn't get a book on how to stay broke. It's the environment that did it. So if it does it with that law of polarity, negative and positive, hot, cold, up, down, if broke can do that, wealthy can do the same thing. And Trey, all I really did was change my environment. I'm not the smartest Joe. I just changed my environment. I changed who I was listening to, because whoever has your ear has your life. Show me your future, or show me your mentor, and I'll tell you what your future's like. And what you see is what you be. What you tune into, you turn into. So all I decided to do, Trey, was listen to the ones that have proven track records and do exactly what they tell me to do. There was some stuff that Holmes told me to do, and I'm like, oh my God, the paradigm kicked in. I got a little scared, but here it is. He knew something I didn't know. He was doing something I wasn't doing. He's on his way to $1 billion. Why would I question that? Why would I go to Holton and say, show me a compensation plan? He's earning more income than me. I don't even it kills me, Trey, when I get some of my friends on here. I got a couple friends on here. And they only earning, and there's nothing wrong with it, $25,000, $35,000, even $100,000 a year. How do you know what a 7-figure income on a monthly base or even weekly base looks like? How do you know what a compensation plan looks like? No, you don't understand. If you knew it, you already been doing it. So what you stop trying to be cute, folks. Just keep your mind wide open. You don't know everything. The more I know, Trey, the more I know I don't know. So all I do is I listen to my mentors, and I do exactly, it's called show and tell. You show me what to do, I'm gonna do, and I'll tell the next person the same. And if they listen to me and do exactly what I tell them to do, they'll get the exact results. Say what people say, Trey. Do what they do. You get what they get every single time. What you think about that, Trey?
I think that, thank you guys for coming, and good night. There's nothing else to talk about. Mr. Darren Gibson closed and shut the whole thing down. Get back with the person. No, I'm not serious, but I would be serious because that's exactly what it takes to win. You know, and what we have here, Mr. Darren Gibson, is so powerful. I mean, you mean the ability to where we get to now parallel with the banking system. You know, we all understand the history of the banking system in this country, and we all know the billions of dollars that are earned and leveraged by the banks. And so, for the first time, we have the ability to parallel side by side with the banks. I'm not saying that we have to be as large as a banking institution, but what if we could show you how to just capture a small percentage of what the banks have been leveraging off of your money and have the ability to grow it? It just makes smart business sense.
Well,
we're talking about, go ahead, man.
Trey, not to cut you off, man, but, you know, I've learned from this environment that you know, you're crazy if you're keeping your money in the banks. And my mind, the way that we were taught was earn your income and put it in the banks and try to get some interest off of it. Now there's hardly no interest now. I mean, you could put $1 million in the bank. Holton was talking about his $1 million that he had in the bank, and he had it in there for a year. And how much did he get? It was only what? How much? How much?
Like $80, like $80 or something like that.
Something crazy. But that $1 million, they multiplied it and loaned it out $9 million. Soon as you put it in there, they leverage your income and put it in trades and put it in whatever. And I'm like, what? So we've been leveraged our whole life, and we've been putting our money in there. Trey, we talked about it. Back in the day when we had that poor mind, that poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. And here it is. We had a lot of income and we thought we were rich. And I'm telling Holton, he's like, how much money you got in the banking account? Oh, over $500,000, 600, 700, $1 million, whatever it is. He's like, oh, you're broke. You're broke. Well, why do you have that much income in the banks? And here, that's when he started to tell us to put it in different avenues, Trey, so that it can start multiplying. We had a good multiplier yesterday, didn't we? Last night, right? Mrs. Jackie and Trey. We can't talk about it because it's being recorded, but it was a good day, right? So just know, folks, you're being taught how to milk the cow, how to build something and get your milk, and not being. You don't have to be, just analysis paralysis of where you got to put we will help you and guide you on what to do with the dollar so that it can multiply over time. What you want to do, Trey, is earn the income, put it in assets, let that asset keep growing, and then go out there and keep living your life. And that's what Mr. Hope and Buds has taught us all the diamonds. And that's why every month, it's like every week now, every week, it just keeps getting better and better and better. And that's why I'm so excited, Trey, to share it with these individuals on the line, because they get to participate. What you think about that, Trey?
Let's do it. Let's move forward. Elevate is our legacy trading platform. It's exactly what we were building up to. This is, Elevate allows us the ability, you guys, to grow your income. All right. And we don't make income claims here, but the skill set that you learn from this legacy builder platform is the ability to take classes and learn and educate yourself on the skill set, right? That can allow you to become independent and no longer dependent on the banks to invest your money for you, where, with the artificial intelligence tools, we even have trading assistance platform, which we'll talk about in a second, which is an absolute game changer, right? To be able to earn daily pay potential. But here's the most important component to this piece. It's the community, Darren, because the community is what builds the confidence in people. While you're learning this skill set, you have a support system of super students, the top traders. Darren, these are real experts, real traders who actually trade with the banks and even for some of these banking institutions to help them earn all those monies. They're teaching us directly on how to do it. And then we have the app here. Okay, this is the game changer here. It's called Accelerate. I have it on my Android smartphone, right? Yeah, right. But what it does is, y'all, what the expert traders do is they send us their trades, okay, trade ideas.
Trey, just be frank. They realize that people are lazy. They realize no one wants to learn things, right? And they want it now. I'm talking to Kaylee right now. She's like, it's my money and I want it now, right? And so she's trying to make the money right now. No one wants to learn. I was one of them, Trey. I'm a builder, man. I don't want to sit down and I'll be honest with you. I didn't want to do all that. But when they came out with Accelerate, they came out with it probably because of me. We know Darren's lazy, so we're just going to make it 10 times easier for them. Whatever we do, we just copy and paste and earn some income. We'll tell you when to get in, and we'll tell you when to get out. I can do that all day, baby. Listen, some of you guys want to be that analysis paralysis because you want to feel like you're doing that. Be educated. Go ahead and do that. I'm a firm believer, even if you're not going to earn income off of this, Trey, understand what the banks are doing. Become knowledgeable. Become knowledgeable, because I'll say it again. Education is not expensive. Ignorance is. The reason why you're losing is because of lack of ignorance. So here it is. Just become knowledgeable of what the banks are doing. But if you're like me, where you're kind of busy and you don't feel like doing all that stuff, get Accelerate and just copy and paste and get paid. Trey, you like that, man?
I love it. And I want to, before we go forward, man, I want to bring up a quick testimony. He's going to be about 30 seconds or so, but he's going to just give you an example, man, of what it's like to actually be a builder, be busy. I mean, he's a business owner, professional, been in business over 20 years, but needed something, man. I mean, what he didn't have time for, Darren, was, to take on another job or to stop, and put extra 10, 20 hours in something he just didn't have time for. But because of the app, because of the system and the way the educators actually teach us, he's able to actually learn. And then here's what I like the most. He has sons, right? And he's able to share with them the skill set to where now they can actually pick up, learn for themselves. And we're teaching children, man, an early skill set on how they can control their own financial portfolio. Y'all want to bring up out of Chicago, Mr. David Guilty. Mr. Guilty, you out there?
Yes, sir, Mr. Harris. Thank you, Mr. Diamond Harris. I see my man. It's been a while, man. DG, Mr. Darren Gibb, all the diamonds, and all the people that's on here, not all the guests. I just want to say to you, and thank you, Mr. Harris, for bringing me up really quickly. It's about time freedom. With this opportunity, with Elevate, it's going to give you a financial freedom, and then it gives you another angle of success. Like, I have a 14-year-old going to his basketball games. And you don't know all my story, but my two sons are 28, 24, and I never made it to a practice of basketball. Darren used to play basketball. Imagine your dad never making to anything. My 14-year-old, because of this business, and now with Elevate, I get to sit in the crowd and get on my charts, baby. I get to look at gold. I get to look at what gold is doing while I'm sitting there looking at my son play ball as a freshman playing on the varsity team right now. So I would say to everybody right now, this is something you could do as a customer, as an ambassador with our opportunity, and you can have more time freedom that these gentlemen are talking about, and you will see what they mean about financial freedom. Back to you two gentlemen. Thank you for all the diamonds. Thank you for everybody that's getting on there.
Man, that's strong, man.
Guilty getting mad. He like, I thought he was about to beat somebody up, man. You better sign. Look, good stuff, Guilty. And you said 24. How old are you, Guilty? I thought you was 25.
Bro, I'm 50. I just made 52, bro. Just made 52, bro. But I'm doing it, baby.
Good stuff. All right, Trey, let's end this off, man.
Yeah, man. So at the end of the day, travel. Travel is that industry that we don't have to sell. Again, who's going to have to sell their family to go to their family reunion? You don't have to sell a family to take their kids to Disney, or for a couple to take a vacation. People are going to do it anyway. Well, we're offering that exclusive 5-star experience for that 3-star price. No, we're not travel agents. Everything that we do is a passive stream of income so that you're in motion. We want you to be flowing like currency. And we would be hypocrites if we were sitting here forcing you to sell something that people aren't naturally needing and wanting anyway. Travel, we are going to beat those retail prices, period. We're offering, would you rather travel the world at wholesale rates or retail? I choose wholesale. I want to be an insider at all times. No, we're not talking about members only jackets. We're talking about the new style. Expedia, Priceline, Travelocity. There's something that is called price parity, Darren, where they monopolize all the pricing on the internet, right? But we're gonna beat them. And here's the deal. When we beat those prices, we have the opportunity to extend savings to customers for free. So I love travel, Darren. I know you love to. We just got back from Dubai along with our other diamonds as well. We've got Jackie and Jayla Pippen on the line. They were in Dubai. We got Desi Lipova traveling as well. But you know what? I just love the concept, Darren. It's travel and trade. What more do you need? And we do have a lifestyle marketplace.
Hold on, Trey. Before you go into that,
yeah,
I'll be in Miami a week and a half before I go to Aruba, because from Miami to Aruba is about 2.5 hours. So I'm going to be in Miami with Holton, because at his condo where he's at. Whenever I go out there and visit Holton, I stay right next door to where he's at. I actually had Julius book it for me. He's on the line right now, and we called the Hilton Hotel. And it was about $800. It was about $1,000. I'm only there for 2 days. $1,000 for the whole trip. I went on the iGo. It was about $600. So I saved $400 because of me going on the iGo. So it just makes sense. It makes sense. I see the cents right here. It makes sense for you to save income. And also with us going to Mexico, now we got to go to Mexico for about a week now, Trey. All of us are using that iGo platform to save some income. And when he opened that up, Trey, he did it during the pandemic. And I'm thinking, like, why is he doing a travel deal when everybody can't see? Successful individuals think long term and think of ahead of the game. As soon as the pandemic opened up, what happened, Trey? The airports are filled, right? It's all filled up and it's crazy. It's chaotic. You can't even get on cruises right now because you got to wait in line to get on cruises, and everything's crazy. Why? Because we were on house arrest for a year and a half, right? And now people can get out and live their life, and now they want to travel. Now they want to get out and be free. So Holton is a genius, and that's why this business has really been exploding in a big way. Go ahead, Trey.
No, that's excellent. And again, as we're wrapping this up, because you guys, we're wrapping up. Travel. Imagine getting paid when customers save money, like we're talking about, because that's our reality. We're going to earn some incredible passive income by sharing these smart codes. Okay, we affectionately call them freedom codes, but we all scan smart codes when we go to restaurants and menus pop up. But now, you guys, you can acquire customer, because at the end of the day, it's free to be a customer of ours, and we're going to give this travel portal to customers absolutely free. All they do is scan the code, register, and they're your customer for life. The PRIB, that perpetual residual income builder, takes over for you, and you earn income any and every time somebody saves money or spends money in that ecosystem. And you just sent that smart code out one time, Darren. Back to you, man.
Well, and there's multiple ways to get paid. I love joining one opportunity, and you can have multiple opportunities for it. It's called multiple streams of income. I don't do anything unless it's residual. I don't do it just for one check. I do everything if it's residual income. It's going to keep growing and keep growing. And so I'm not going to go over these 7 different ways because honestly, Trey, I'm still understanding these 7 different ways. I just look at my check and I'm like, this was a good week. That song, Today Was a Good Day. I'm just like, this is good stuff, right? So I'm learning as I'm earning and building this business, Trey, and that's what it's really all about. But there is 7 different ways for you to earn some income, and what we'll do, Trey, we'll just go straight to the first class so that we can. Because are there first classes on this line? Is it first class? Just put first class in the chat if I'm talking to you. If you're just first class, because everybody likes to fly first class, right? Everybody wants to be first class, right? And no one likes standby. Standby, you're going to end up standing by and watching what the first class do what they do best, which is build something strong. But I love this, Trey, because name another business that you can get started with that costs $1,000 one time, and build an organization, build this business, figure out which platform you want to use. See, Trey, what we just talked about, we talked about multiple streams of income. Figure out which room you want to be comfortable in. Think about this thing called iBoomerang, where you're in a mansion called Success, and there's multiple different rooms that you get to choose from and see which room, which platform that you feel comfortable doing. Is it Elevate? Is it Build Genius? Is it the products? Is it all this stuff, the iGo? Whatever it is, you go wherever floats your boat and watch what happens, and let the PRIB do the work for you after you get somebody in for one thing. So first class obviously is $1,000. We have a business class that's $500, and we got a cheap one that's $250, which is coach class. We tell people, get in where your vision's at. Don't get in where you fit in. Get in where your vision is at, and get back to the person that brought you on the line and just ask them, why'd you bring me? Why did you put me on this call? Because this call, Trey, we're in the month of April, and the Diamonds, we came together to do something that we've never done before. And I believe this is our second call together, Trey, that we've done.
Yeah.
Second call.
Yeah.
And we got a goal of doing a million in just 1 month, this month. If you're brand new on the line, I like what Tony Robbins said. Say yes and get get your questions answered later. Say yes. I love what John Maxwell says. When opportunities come, it's too late to prepare. The opportunity is already here. You want to make sure that you do not just, hey, let me pray about it. Let me. I hate when people say, let me sleep on it. I say, I'm not selling you a bed. What are you going to sleep on? No, I'm selling you freedom. I'm selling you the environment of how this can change the course of your life. So Trey, I would tell the person that whoever brought these new individuals on the line to get on the call with them now. Do not wait until tomorrow. Now, and say, how do I get started? Trey, what you got to say about that, man?
Man, absolutely. You know, we want to get started, not now, but right now. You know, and what we're going to do these next couple of weeks is for those that come in now in first class, we've got a concept for you, an opportunity that will be life-changing for you if you're proactive. And if you want to hear more about it, you got to get back with the person who invited you. Once you get started, we'll enlighten you. We'll pull you into an inner circle, and we'll show you exactly what we're doing and how we're creating full momentum. Darren, this movement is being the talk of the industry right now. And I'm just proud to be in partnership with you, our other diamonds, Mr. Jason, man, that was outstanding. I'm looking forward to seeing your growth and working with you as well. You guys, let's go ahead and do it. Let's embrace with one another. Mr. Darren Gibbs, back to you, man.
Hey, man, I just want to say I appreciate you. I had a lot of fun, you know, and we just had a conversation. We just talked about why we chose this and what's about to happen. And I'm really excited for the newest people, especially because you guys are in for something that I'm just write down today's date, and you're literally going to need a telescope to see where your life started from. You'll look back in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So when you get started, your 30, 60, 90 days is very important for you to have a good, quick launch. And that's what we're going to do and to help you is launch your business. And that's what all these diamonds are really good at, is launching. We never join anything, Trey. We always launch. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man. Everybody have a great
have a good one, you guys. Boom, baby. See ya.
Welcome.